Boo. Hey guys, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and that was my attempt at making a Halloween costume, which took me literally 20 seconds. So, on that note, yeah, basically, I wanted to film for you guys a video today. And as you can probably already imagine, this is the trick aspect of Halloween. Yeah, you're not gonna get some drama-filled confession about the whole Danya Kramnik situation. I mean, that's already enough of a joke as it is. You don't need my joke of opinion on it as well. So instead, we're gonna be taking a look at C3 Venom. And the reason why I want to bring your attention back to this course of mine is because basically today I got news that Chessful had very kindly put my course on discount. Ooh. And you know, the reason why the course is on discount is because I guess my course qualifies as a spooky enough course for Halloween. So yeah, basically for anyone who doesn't know, who might be new here, who might also just be clicking on this video for the Danya Kramnik drama. Maybe I'll share my opinion on that at the very end of the video. But yeah, no, I made a course. You know, my name is Michael. I'm a 2000 FIDE player. I made this course called 1C3 Venom. Actually, at the time of making this course, I wasn't a 2000 player, hence the description says almost 2000. And okay, after playing C3, then, you know, we got there. Okay, it probably wasn't the only factor. But yeah, no, this is my my pride and joy, this chessable course. I mean, it's pretty well received in the chessable community. And yeah, the course is all about this move 1C3. Now, I've got many videos on this channel already showcasing what 1C3 is all about. So I will leave the links in the description below for you to check out if you're more curious. But what I wanted to do for you guys this video was just show you a model game that I actually played during my 24-hour speedrun of 1C3 Venom, which was an absolutely terrible idea, and I filmed the whole thing in one take, and never do that, firstly because of your health, but secondly, YouTube will cut the video at 12 hours and not even upload it. So basically it was a complete waste of time in some ways, but there were some really nice games within the speedrun. And this was a game that I played. And I wanted to show you because I think it's very instructive, and that is the treat. Okay, I tricked you with the thumbnail, but now it's time for the treat. And if you've ever wondered how to play against an isolated queen's pawn or any of the ideas there, I think this is an essential video to keep watching. So I hope you guys will forgive me and will enjoy this video. So after c3, e5. D4, where we get this reverse Caro-Kann, a tempo up, importantly, and black enters the exchange variation, which is not like a typical exchange Caro-Kann. It's more like a Queen's Gambit declined exchange variation. So if we have this normal move order, yeah, we can imagine that if white were to take like this, we get to this position. But anyway, enough of the opening. Let's see how it went. So basically, my opponent sets up in the very typical way, and the difference between this position and you know, a Caro-Kann exchange is that normally in a Caro-Kann exchange, the side with this end of the setup would be able to establish a bishop on d6 and a bishop on f5. But as you can see here, we basically take command of these squares with the white pieces. Yeah, we trade off that strong bishop, and you can see here I'm basically neglecting my development just to take control over the potential development of this bishop, which, if we get away with it, will be very nice. Now, what my opponent does quite cleverly is he tries to, you know, develop his bishop. But I stop it, right? Now we can't do it because, yeah, he's just going to lose a pawn. So my opponent has a decision to make. Either he compromises and puts his bishop on a less good square and tries to complete his development, in which I would, you know, develop my knight, castle, swing my rook over to the queen side, and launch a full-scale minority attack, which, if you've never heard of, basically it's a minority of pawns against a majority of pawns, and the plan is to basically use these two pawns to break up the free pawns, cause some structural damage, and then win in a slow endgame. But my opponent opts for the second option, which is basically, if you can't develop your pieces in a nice way, maybe we just want to try and attack the center and fight back immediately. Now, whenever this move comes in this reverse Caro-Kann exchange variation, we always want to take it. Because if we don't, then we have to reckon with, black gaining space on the queen side, and as we discussed, our main plan is to push our queen side. So if black gets a grip on the queen side, well then good luck trying to do that, right? So in this position, we want to just exchange, and as you'll notice, we have left our opponent with an isolated queen's pawn. Now, you might think about IQP positions as the mysterious, serious chess player kind of study. I mean, I used to think this way. I used to think, I'm just going to avoid the isolated queen's pawn, avoid playing against it, avoid, playing with it, because books and books have been written about it. The serious players can work that stuff out, and I'm just going to avoid it. But it turns out it's actually very, very easy. And hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a clean idea of how to play against it at least, because that's where we're looking at today. And it really comes down to this. All you need to do is you need to trade as many of your minor pieces as possible, and then you need to line up your major pieces on the file facing this isolated pawn, and just do a full frontal attack and win it. It's really that simple. And basically, white, I developed the knight, I got castled, get out of the harm's way of this rook, and I'm always looking carefully at whether my opponent is going to push d4 and remove the isolated pawn, right? Like for instance here, maybe they can push, and if I take, then they can take my knight even, right? Making use of this pin. So I have to be very careful. And for instance, after knight c6, feel free to pause the video here. What is black threatening to do? Well, of course, black is threatening to push the pawn, right? And get rid of their weakness, and then it's just going to be equality. So again, I'm being very conscious of this and playing knight e2, right? Just making sure that this pawn never removes itself as a weakness. Now, black, playing with the isolated pawn, they understand that actually the more pieces they keep on the board, the better chances they have of some kind of dynamic counterplay. Maybe they can checkmate me or cause me some problems before I cause them some problems with this isolated pawn. In this position, they keep the queens on. Now, what I do is I plant a knight on d4, and this is a typical way to really prevent the opponent getting rid of their weakness, because now it can't even move, it's blockaded. And in this position, black thinks they're very smart, because they're like, oh, I'm going to win your nice light squared bishop with this move knight b4. But if you remember, we had a very, very basic strategy from the very, very start, which is we want to trade as many of these minor pieces as possible. And these kind of factors about, like knight for bishop, when playing against an isolated queen's pawn, it becomes a lot less relevant. We're just very happy to trade. So I save the queen, we get one trade, I'm very happy. Plant a knight on e4, not a bad move at all. I improve the rook. Black completes their development, and here I play knight b5. I'm threatening a fork, I'm threatening the queen, so my opponent is obliged to trade again. So all I'm doing is trying to trade the minor pieces, because I know that's going to make my life easier. Now at this moment, okay, he's got a pawn that he doesn't want to lose, so he saves it. I improve the rook, he improves his rook, I now blockade with the rook, which is also stopping the pawn from getting rid of itself. And what am I doing? I am basically planting my major pieces on the file of the isolated pawn, as I previously suggested, and I'm going to do a frontal attack, and I'll show you how this is executed very, very soon. So my queen gets pushed back. I wanted to bring it back anyway. Okay, my rook gets attacked, and I wonder in this moment, does black have a chance to push? No, not quite, right? I've got just enough pieces handling this. It's a little bit risky, right? My queen is on the line of the rook. Maybe maybe black can push this pawn. I mean, I've got a very busy day today. I'm not interested in sitting down and calculating this. I'm feeling too lazy. But maybe d4 is like their one chance to get away with this. But they missed a chance, and I didn't miss a chance to play knight d4 and just blockade this pawn again so that it can't get rid of itself. And now my opponent makes my life super, super easy. And clearly, I mean, a lot of players, they don't understand these, factors in an isolated queen's pawn position, about the major pieces, about the minor pieces. And my guy just trades the minor piece. So thank you very much. I just take back. He tries to defend it like so. I put more pressure on it. And this is kind of, the crux of the position where basically in this position, I want you to pause the video and try and find the right move here. And in this position, basically, when you do a frontal attack like this, black, can commit all of their pieces to the defense of this pawn. But whenever you have this structure in this, Carlsberg structure, that's where it came from my c3 Venom, of course, you'll always have a pawn on e3. And this is very different to say if, let's say, this pawn was removed and this pawn was removed, and it's like a passed isolated queen's pawn. That's a little bit different. But here it's not a passed pawn. Here we've got this pawn on e3, and all you need to do is push it, making use of the fact that any pieces behind this isolated pawn is going to be very weak. Like, I mean, let's just imagine for a second that all these pieces are like so. You can still do the same motif, because they can't take without losing all of these pieces, right? So the point is, this motif of pushing e4, once you've traded the minor pieces, once you've put all your major pieces on a full frontal attack, this is going to be how you just win the game. And unfortunately, my opponent actually flagged at this point. I mean, we were playing like a 3+0 game, and I guess my opponent had tanked a lot of time like on the starting moves and trying to, decide on how to play. And for me, like, I can basically play instantly, like this whole game. I mean, you just play on these principles, and it's very, very simple. And there's no way that black can avoid me taking this pawn. For the record, if black had played the move f5 here instead, well, the problem is now that black has weakened their king, and potentially, while fixing my opponent's heavy pieces to the defense, I can now start to switch my attack to the king side, and they're gonna struggle with defending the king and defending this pawn at the same time, and I can constantly switch back and forth between these two plans. So basically, this is how you play against isolated queen's pawn position, and then it will become a long grind of can I win with this extra pawn or not. But the thing is, firstly, objectively, you've got a very decent chance of grinding this out. But also, the more you play these positions, the more confidence you'll have with grinding out these positions. Because, you'll analyze your games, you'll learn from your mistakes of your conversion. And if you're getting this a lot, I mean, you'll just get stronger at it. So that's really how simple it is to play against the isolated queen's pawn. I mean, what black really should be doing is trying to make use of their pieces to attack my king. But as you'll see in this position, I've got perfect development. My king is extremely safe, and this is kind of like the philosophy of c3 Venom as well. It's a very, very solid repertoire. We're getting positions that are very comfortable and easy to play. We frustrate our opponent, but also on unfamiliar grounds, because who has the time to prepare against 1c3? That is c3 Venom in a nutshell. So my course is currently available to get. It's on discount, and I don't know how long it's going to be on discount for, probably only for a few days up until Halloween finishes. And I did half promise you guys a take on the Daniel Naroditsky and Kramnik case, so I will share an opinion off the top of my head. But basically, I think it's absolute shambles. I mean, I really feel for Daniel, because he's like such a nice guy, that, you know, clearly like these kind of accusations really get to his head. But also I think it's kind of worked out in his favor. Like, I think, like, you know, even though he hasn't been posting on his channel about the whole Kramnik drama, which would definitely boost his channel, which, you know, I've been doing myself, right, from time to time, like posting a bit of gossip here and there. But I mean, like, I think it's gained him a lot of respect within the community. I also think by him standing up to Kramnik's claims and not, let's say, just you know, agreeing to some blitz match where both players get a lot of money, like Jospam did. You know, like Jospam, you know, just completely proved over the board that he's not cheating against Kramnik, but still, you know, kind of going along with, you know, Kramnik's charades. Whereas Daniel's really just, you know, fighting for what's right, and even though it's, you know, causing him a lot of emotional distress, you know, at least he's making a stand on it, and I think it's making a positive impact on the chess community. So I think Daniel's actually doing the right thing with standing his ground here, and yeah, I do feel for him though, because I mean, you know, like clearly there's this photo of like Daniel, you know, taking a photograph with Kramnik, and clearly Kramnik was an idol of his, and to, you know, get so aggressively attacked by your idol, it's really sad. But yeah, no, it's tough, and I mean, I don't know why I'm even bringing this up, but I just thought to mention that I also had a chess idol when I was growing up. Like, I really loved this grandmaster Alejandro Ramirez, and the funny thing was that I mean, like, the reason why I really liked him was because he made a course on the Reti, and it's the best, honestly, one of the best, you know, opening courses I've ever had the pleasure to watch. But of course, you know, you don't need me to explain, you know, all the scandals with Alejandro. And the interesting thing is, actually, a couple years before the scandals got released, I actually played in a tournament where I got to meet Alejandro, and I had to go up to him and you know, chat to him and just, you know, express my gratitude for his chess work over the years. And in the end, like, actually one thing leads to another, and we end up, like, I was playing in a team championship and he was in another team, and we end up all going for karaoke together. For the record, I was an adult at this point, you know, I'm not like some 12-year-old kid that's gonna get fiddled. So yeah, no, we all go to karaoke, and you know, we have a good time. But at the same time, I definitely got weird vibes from Mr. Ramirez, and I kind of came away from this with this like this night owl kind of feeling like, you know, this is why they have this saying, right, like never meet your heroes, because, you know, then you kind of get let down a bit. And I kind of had that experience a bit, so not that it's relevant to the Kramnik Daniel situation whatsoever, but yeah, no, like when your chess heroes kind of like you know, mess up a bit, I mean, it's not great. It's not great. So yeah, a lot of sympathy for Daniel and what he's going through, but also, yeah, huge respect to him, and you know, Daniel's really cool. He's gonna keep enjoying his blitz. He's gonna keep you know, sharing his love to the chess community in ways that we all appreciate, at least the majority of us. And yeah, I hope that you know, this doesn't last too long for Daniel's sake, and he will continue, yeah, doing great as he has been doing. So yeah, on that note, guys, happy Halloween. Hope you weren't too traumatized from my ghost costume at the start. And yeah, big shout out to everyone supporting the channel. And feel free to leave any comments below, like if you have any questions about C3 Venom. I mean, there are a bunch of reviews on the course already. You know, you can read these to find out more about it. And yeah, I hope you give C3 Venom a chance, especially in the spirit of Halloween. So thank you guys all for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.